This is either going to turn out really, really good or really, really bad. Hi, friends. Good afternoon, almost evening. We are starting it. We are doing the Twilight. I haven't read this. Let's see. This came out in what, 2008? I don't know. I'm really showing my age with this one. It came out 2005. So I was in 5th grade. That was, let's see, how old are you in 5th grade? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was 18 years ago. This book came out 18 years ago. I remember eating up the first 2. Me and my friend went to the theater and saw the first 2. I remember us going to the midnight viewing of one of them. And then I remember sitting in my room reading Breaking Dawn and thinking that that was the longest book I've ever read. I've read like 700,000. I read, what the longest book I've ever read was like 900 something pages. So only if I knew back then. But we're gonna get this started. We're gonna see if it is as cringy as I remember. And yeah, my sister, she was at my house the other day and she said, "You bought the white covers of Twilight?" And I was like, "Yeah, girl, I bought the box set. We're fixing to relive my childhood." And I said, "I'm fixing to see if like the grammar and spelling and everything is as bad as I remember." And she's like, "It is." So we'll see. Did I look totally, I missed a whole strand. Anyway, let's get into the reading. All right, I've only read the preface, whatever you want to call it. I mean, she had a nice start to this. I've never given much thought to how I would die. Though I'd had reason enough in the last few months, even if I had, I would not have imagined it like this. Like, that's a nice start. I mean, it grips you in, it pulls you in. This is just nostalgia for me. I'm so excited. And then one of my favorite quotes in the preface is, when life offers you a dream so far beyond any of our expectations, it's not reasonable to grieve when it comes to an end. So we are in chapter 1, y'all. We are in chapter 1. I am going through and like annotating it. I'm going to be marking if I see any grammar mistakes, anything like that. So that way we can just get down to the nitty gritty and really talk about it. I may not show a whole lot of me like actually reading the book because we may just sit down and talk about it, if that makes sense. It is the next day, but I have been taking notes as I've been going. And first of all, long chapters, like 20, 30 something page long chapters. It's very insta-lovey. I don't think I knew what insta-lovey was in middle school, but it's very insta-lovey. And I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, Bella is very much, I'm not like other girls. Like, I've already read the required reading for this class, but I'm going to read it again just for fun. Come on. Anyway, that's my thoughts so far. I'm on chapter 3, page 53. All right, so I'm on page 110, chapter 6, and all I've got to say is, where is Jacob? We have yet to see him. We have yet to hear from him. We have yet to even have a mention of him. He was so much more prevalent in the movies. Like, I don't know. And also the scene that in the movie that happened in the restaurant when he's like reading people's minds and all that, that happens at school in the cafeteria in the book. So the movie changed quite a bit of things. I'm so sorry you're like seeing the same background like for this whole video, but I'm like filming from where I work. I work in my bedroom just because it's comfy. But we are on page 179 and let me show you something. We didn't get Jacob. You see where that pink is? That pink? That's where Jacob comes in. Okay, in the movies, he came in right away, right at the beginning. No, in the book, he doesn't come in until they go to the beach, the La Push beach. And yeah, so there's a lot of things that are happening in the book that didn't happen in the movie. And they're out of order in the movie than they are in the book, if that makes sense. But I'm done with work for the day, so I have about 2 hours before I have to go pick up Jameson from school. So we are just gonna read and have a good old time. Okay, new background, aren't you proud? So obviously the book is better. I am about 71% of the way through. I'm almost done. I will finish it today. And the book is better. There's a lot of stuff in the book that I'm like, I wish we could have had that in the movie because like I haven't read this in, like I said, like 18 years. 18 years. And so the movie makes you think, the book is just absolutely cringy. It's not good. Like, if this is the movie we got from the book, how could it? It's better. It's a lot better. We don't get in the movie a lot of, like, Edward's comedic things. Like, they are, in the movie, Bella and Edward are so tortured, and in the books, like, they have banter, they're laughing, they're making jokes. Like, I wish that we could have gotten that in the movies. And there's some cute parts, like, where he drops her car off and leaves a note in it that says, be safe. And it's like, why couldn't we get that in the movies? Like, why do we have to get this, like, tortured, lackluster version compared to the book? I don't know. This video is turning into a whole let's hate on the movie, but I do see why I ate it up and loved it so much when I was in middle school, because it is, I mean, it is good. I have found grammar mistakes, like she said, that's the first night I dreamed, instead of, and it should have been, that's the first night I dreamt. Like, just some little grammar mistakes, but looking past those, like, and the insta love and stuff like that, it's actually really good. Like, you know, I can see why I loved it so much. Am I going to read the rest of this series? Not this month, probably. Just because the way I am is I get so burnt out on a series that I usually have to read something in between each book. But yeah, I just thought I'd update you guys. It's going pretty good. I'm loving it. I'm speeding through it. I'm going to have it finished today. And it's just, I don't know. I like reminiscing on things that I read when I was younger. I might, next up after I read Twilight, maybe The Hunger Games, because I read those books like 4 times in middle school through high school. So just, those are some of, that's one of my favorite book series of all time. And so just to be able to get, like, I have my old copies, but they're pretty beat up. So just to get some new copies and then be able to, like, annotate it, or I may annotate my old copies and just, like, get some new ones, but I don't know. But yeah, so anyway, I'm just gonna go pick up my son from school, and then we have to get his haircut. But I just thought I'd update you guys, especially with a new background. We're not in my dreary, badly lit room, because I like to sit in the dark when I work. But anyway, I will update you guys later. All right, let's talk about it. I finished this last night, and I have some thoughts. Long chapters. Okay, long chapters. We didn't see Jacob until over 100. Well, we didn't see, maybe over 100. Yeah, over 100 pages in, we didn't see Jacob. A lot of the stuff that's in the movie, it's out of order. So, like, when she says, you're a vampire and all that, that happened in the car ride back from getting dresses, you know, when they went to Port Angeles. So a lot of stuff was out of order. And then Jacob is not as prevalent in the book as he is in the movie. So now I can really see, because I remember when I was in school, I remember saying, for the books, I'm Team Edward. For the movies, I'm Team Jacob. And now I can see and remember why. It's because we didn't get a lot of Jacob, especially in the first book. And Edward, like, there is so much in here that I remember underlining and being like, why couldn't we have had that in the books? It's because the first night that she, you know, she figures out that he's been watching her sleep and stuff, he stays with her. And when she wakes up, he's like, your hair looks like a haystack, but I like it. Like, why couldn't we have had this Edward in the movies instead of the tortured soul? And then I was, like, I was underlining something. I was like, that's a red flag. Like, she was like, you spied on me. And he said, what else is there to do at night? How often do you come here? I come here almost every night. Why? You're interesting when you sleep. Red flag, like, but, you know. And then he says, you did say my name when she talks in her sleep. And she was like, a lot? He said, how much do you mean by a lot exactly? And she said, oh, no. And he said, don't be self-conscious. If I could dream it all, it would be about you, and I'm not ashamed of it. Like, okay. Like, we had the red flag moment, but it's cute. So, all in all, I will be accepting no criticisms on this book. I relived my childhood with this. I am going to finish the series, just not this month. I'm currently reading The Naturals, and I may read something else with it and go back and forth between, just because, I don't know, I'm feeling, I don't even know. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you have not already, subscribe, come along with my bookish journey. I didn't even tell you, I rated this 3 stars because while it was great, if I was rating this when I was in middle school, it would have been 5. But with all of the grammar mistakes, like, some of the stuff that was like, I low-key cringed. I gave it 3. And we'll just see how we do with the rest of the series. If you want me to do a video on me reading the rest of the series, leave a comment down below. Like this video, let me know. And I will see you in my next one.